Good morning, everyone. It is actually a bright and beautiful day here with blue skies. And I wanted to show you outside because we didn't get much snow. In fact, the amount of snow that we got, I kind of refer to as a dusting. But anyways, I'll show you what it looks like. Yep. Not very much snow at all, is there? And just beautiful blue skies. I decided that I was going to take a little bit of a break from all my baking and I was going to do some canning. And one of the things, as you know, that I said I wanted to do was I wanted to can some chocolate syrup. And I got this recipe from Homestead Tessie, and so I will be sure to link her video below because I am not about to tell you how to can. This is all very new to me. I have only been doing this since, well, what, late summer of this year. So yeah, can't really teach you how to can. But I also wanted to point out that she said in her video that this is not USDA approved canning, but that she had been doing it for years, and I believe it's an old Amish recipe. So I am doing it for my family, and they're not going to be storing it. In fact, I'll probably tell them, since they're each getting one jar, just go ahead and stick that jar in the refrigerator. But this way, hey, if it's canned, then even in the refrigerator, it's going to last longer, you know, until they decide to open that. So anyways, that's what I'm going to do, and I just think it sounds wonderful. And one of the reasons why I liked her recipe is because there's no milk in it. It's just water, sugar, honey, salt, vanilla, and cocoa. Yeah, so my daughter-in-law can enjoy this chocolate syrup. Anyways, let's get going on that. So we're going to start with making the chocolate syrup, and this recipe was doubled, and I have 3 cups of water in my saucepan here, and I'm going to be adding 6 cups of sugar, 4 tablespoons of honey, a half a teaspoon of sea salt, 2 tablespoons of vanilla, and 3 cups of cocoa. Then I'm going to take this over to the stove, and I am going to whisk until it's totally combined and let that all dissolve and get nice and hot. Then we will be putting it in our canning jars. And like I said, this was on Homestead Tessie's video, and that's where I got this from. So anyways, I'm just going to go ahead, and I pre-measured this all out. My sugar and salt in that bowl, and my cocoa is in here. And then in this, I have my honey. I think I'm going to mix that around a little bit. And then I'm going to be adding my vanilla. And it was 2 tablespoons. And you know what? I had a tablespoon sitting here, and as it turns out, where did it go? Be right back. Ta-da! Got my tablespoon. So yeah, I think that this is going to be fun. So I'm going to take this over to the stove. I'm going to heat this up, and then I'll bring you on back. Now what Tessie did is she put her chocolate syrup in a pitcher, and I thought that was a really good idea in order to spoon them into the jars. And I am using pint-sized jars. She had said to use half pints or pints, so I emailed her to find out what the process time for a whole pint would be, and she said that it would be 30 minutes, and she thought that it would take about 5 or 6 jars. And yeah, I left my water running. Hold on a second. Yeah, that was good, wasn't it? So I am just going to go ahead and I'm going to pour it into my jars here. I am hoping I can get at least 5 jars. And when she said that this tasted really good, she was not exaggerating. I have been looking up the drips on my plate that I was using to set my whisk that I was stirring with on, and it tastes just like that can of Hershey's chocolate syrup. Oh, so good. And yeah, I'm going to get only 4. So I will have to be making another batch. But I'm going to get these going, and she had doubled the batch, so I will just make a half a batch. But I'm just going to wipe off my rims here and put this into my water bath and process that for 30 minutes. Yes, if you want the whole instructions of the how-tos and the whatnots, I encourage you to go to her channel. I have learned a lot from her channel of different things of canning. But this just seemed like the perfect holiday gift. And that is exactly what it is going to be. A wonderful holiday gift. Very pleased with this. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this into my canner, and I'll show you what that looks like when I'm all done. For today's devotion, we will be reading John chapter 14, verse 27. I am leaving you with a gift, peace of mind and heart. And the peace I give is a gift the world cannot give. So don't be troubled or afraid. You know, I read this recently, and it's unknown who wrote it, but it defines peace perfectly. Peace. It does not mean to be in a place where there is no noise, trouble, or hard work. It means to be in the midst of those things and still be calm in your heart. Have you ever told someone that you're having a good day and then shortly afterwards have an encounter with someone or something and start to get frustrated? And from that point on, it seems as though everything is frustrating you. And before you realize it, your sense of peace is gone. And you wonder, what happened? How did my day fall apart? It's easy to allow our peace to be stolen if we're not careful to guard it. The enemy strategizes and strategically plans his attacks for maximum effect. He wants you and I to lose heart, to be discouraged, to see only the negative and never the positive. It seems that during Christmas, it's a season that is especially easy to lose our sense of peace and to become discontented with our circumstances. However, the Bible tells us that the enemy comes only to kill, steal, and destroy. So this Christmas season, let's be resolved not to allow him to steal our sense of peace and well-being. According to Colossians 3, verse 15, we are supposed to let the peace of Christ rule in our hearts. So let's remember that when we begin to lose the calm in our hearts, especially during this Christmas season, to let the peace of Christ rule our hearts. And with that, I want to remind you, life happens. Let's enjoy it. And so as we let the peace of Christ rule in our hearts this Christmas season. Let's meditate on the words spoken by Christ in today's scripture verse. I'm leaving you with a gift, peace of mind and heart. And the peace I give is a gift the world cannot give. So don't be troubled or afraid. God bless. And I will talk to you on Monday.